Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Pensacola here. I'm doing another VoD review. This time we're playing Omen on Icebox, and I'm hoping to cover a few key topics. Namely, I'm hoping to sort of cover my playstyle, which is sometimes way too aggressive, sometimes way too baity. And I'm really trying to find that fine line of balance where you're playing a good support. Number two that I'm hoping to cover here is economic value and getting the most out of your purchases through playing with your team, winning eco rounds, and buying when you can't necessarily buy a full rifle. And the last thing I'm really hoping to cover here is, as always, utility usage. So, as you saw, we lost pistol round. That is sort of reflective of what I'm talking about. I was a little bit over aggressive. I ran up, I ended up losing a lot of HP, and then I lost a duel to the jet because I was trying to be aggressive and lurk and get the pick on the jet. We're moving into round two here. Things aren't going so great. It's a 3v4 already. They have Spectres, we have Classics. I try to use my utility to blind the Omen. I miss the shots, what can I say? Classic is not the best gun in the video game at all times. Sometimes it is with the right click, but luckily our Yoru manages to do a lot of economic damage here. So now we're moving into the rifle rounds. You'll notice as you watch this attack half, I sort of feel like I get a little bit better in the zone. I'm not shooting the darts in the beginning. I'm not really setting up my team with my utility, and I'm not giving out the best comms that I could be. And really, part of that is my momentum. I struggle because I like to play the support role, but if I don't get frags, then I tend to feel like I'm not contributing. And that's a really easy trap to fall into, especially in solo queue. So here we are, we're trying to take some ground on the B side of the map. We have yellow, we have the numbers advantage. I'm gonna push up and peek this smoke and snowman and not get any value for it. We're still up in numbers, and I'm gonna go for a plant. And here is one thing that you'll notice. In the beginning of this attack half, I have a tendency to just commit to the plant, and it gets me killed when I could just tap the plant, hold for the swing, and get the kill. Luckily, our race plays his util really well and clutches out the round. So we're moving into the next round. Here we are on round four. Round four, we're gonna kind of see a similar thing. I'm gonna be a little bit over aggressive. You know, you see my Yoru's on the site. I really want to support our Yoru, and I play my util. Now I just decide the best thing is to get the spike down and for us to play post plant with numbers. I do peek rafters. That's kind of a no-no. And now it's a 2v1. But look where my KJ is. And you won't be able to see right now, but you'll see once I die. My KJ is nowhere near me. She's not on site. He's playing mollies. He is not playing for the gunfight, and I am playing for the gunfight.
Nice.
And this is really important, especially as you get into the higher elos where people's aim gets pretty good. You can't really take those one-on-one gunfights. Those are the fights that lose you rounds, that throw rounds. So that is something I really need to work on as I'm moving through Diamond and attempting to hit Immortal. So here we go. Just on the Bulldog, me and Yoru. I get the pick on the Reyna behind box on site. And my Yoru goes down. I'm gonna drop off 410 and shoot to cover up the sound of me hitting the ground. At this point, they're not sure. I get the wall bang on Jet, and I decide, okay, I'm gonna jump back out into the dart and then use my ultimate ability. This is probably one of my best Omen ultimates, period. I got the bomb down. I knew that they were both there. and I TP to reposition to higher ground. And this is why Omen is so great on this map, because a lot of this map is about verticality. It's about, you know, using cheeky smokes, cheeky spots to get an advantage or a cheeky angle on an enemy. And I do that really well in this clutch, as well as play around my utility. So I drop out the smokes, I'm throwing the blind, I'm TPing, I'm making him guess where I am. And so he really has to take that 50-50 fight. And so we end up clutching out the round. Here we go into round 6. You're gonna notice me do something kind of bad here, right? It's a little bit too aggressive. You're gonna hear Yoru in a second call, Omen, just please plant the bomb. And I'm swinging Raptors instead. I have an easy plant, we have the site, we can play off our util, but instead I swing Raptors really bad. That's sort of that over aggression, wanting to support, but not really understanding my role at that time. So we're popping into round 8. I skipped round 7 because I didn't really do anything. And we're getting pushed off the site by a KO. I can't smoke Snowman, but we have the position on yellow. So this is huge. We just play it slow.
I can throw
We get the pick on the KO.
I just gotta.
And I'm about to smoke Snowman. Smoking Snowman, smoking top site, and we have the site. I'm going for the safe plant right here, but I tap it because my KJ dies right there.
Top site.
My top site smoke missed, which is not good. Our Yoru loses a gunfight. Our Sova has ultimate, but he's too close to really use it effectively, and he gets caught by the Reyna. Right. So unfortunate. I think overall we did our job. We got plant almost down. We got Spike in the right spot. We got a 1-for-1 trade. And at the end of the day, sometimes that's all you can do. And sometimes someone just pops off. So here we are moving into round 9. I'm gonna over peek here. It's clear what the Omen's play is.
No.
And I'm gonna peek rather than trying to teleport across.
That's so stupid.
And again, this is really just that playing too aggressive, not understanding my role on the team. I have the spike. I should not be peeking. So we're gonna play the rest of this out because I thought it was really good the way that this Yoru played his utility and sort of sowed confusion amongst the enemy team here in this 4v1. So he gets to pick on the KO at yellow. They probably get the call out that he's at B. So Yoru is trying to make some space and catch someone rotating to try and catch him planting. He's gonna make the silent jump up on the snow, get the pick on the jet, throw his teleport over here to Snowman, and then he's gonna get the plant down. Now I really like this. He's gonna use his teleport, get the pick on the Sova. Now he has another teleport and ultimate, so he's gonna pop his ultimate. The one thing that he could have done, and this is sort of a 50-50 play, is he could have waited for the tap to pop his ultimate. However, he didn't really have information on where Reyna was. And so I think that overall was the right play to try and get information with his ultimate. Unfortunately, the Reyna wins the gunfight, and we're moving on to the next round. So here we are, round 10. Once again, have the spike. Once again, going for the A site. We're currently down numbers, but we're still going to continue pushing into this. Raze gets a pick and evens things up. I know that
Reyna's elbow.
Reyna is elbow. I give the call out. I body block the Yoru, which is unfortunate. He can't get the trade. I didn't get the trade because I didn't want to over peek. And now we're in a 3v2 scenario. Yoru is going to go up here. He's going to die in nest, unfortunately. I'm going to try to get a cheeky pick up here. Again, playing that verticality of the map. Icebox really rewards that, and Omen is perfect for doing that. I'm going to replicate the Bulldog play I made earlier, but I'm not going to complete the teleport. I don't know if Sova was on B site and that's how the Jet knew to stay here. But what you'll see happens is I attempt to plant the spike, and I do get the full plant down. However, Jet is here to catch me as I get off the plant. And in this scenario, it's another example of not really understanding what I should be doing. I should tap the spike,
dude. Damn.
Try to get information, try to get a pick.
That's so bad. I should have.
And then work that. However, I choose to plant the spike and then worry about position later. So we're moving into round 12 here, and this round is really important for me. I found that I played a good balance here. So we are supporting our team. We're trying to set them up with util. Obviously, we're down numbers, but we continue to push through anyways.
Behind us.
And I don't over aggress here. I do reveal myself to backside here a little bit without the smoke up. I put the smoke up. I got spotted by the Sova drone, so they know I'm close up. Get the kill on the Reyna, but rather than going and peeking backside by myself and Raptors by myself, I play for my team. I get the kill on the Sova dart. Sova dies to raise, and we're just gonna keep that smoke up. We're trying to get a little bit of a fake play going to see if they'll peek out of this smoke. We don't get anything, but the KO does swing wide after getting the kill on the Sova, which allows me to plant the bomb.
Yeah.
This Omen has a tendency to throw his smokes and then teleport behind the smokes. Not a bad play, but he does it quite often, and our raise is ready for it. Now, the one thing to highlight in this round is really the greed from me. I'm playing this headshot angle, and I let the Omen see me, and rather than move, I decide to maintain that angle. However, luckily, our Yoru is holding it down on site. He is going to get the kill on the Reyna and ultimately the defuse. Moving into round 15 here. I'm playing A-site defense, and I'm going to push a little bit. I throw the aggressive belt smoke, and then I throw the smoke on the ult orb. I catch this Omen TPing pipes, and I see one at Jenny. Nice. Luckily, the Reyna swings into the back of the KO, and I get the pick on her, as well as the damage on the KO. And on this map especially, it's very important on A-site to play a little bit aggressive. You have to have map control of the front of 410. Otherwise, you have to play retake. And this smoke is great for the control of the front of 410, because you might be playing in that smoke, you might not be playing in that smoke, and they have to take that 50-50 as they walk up.
Stuck front side.
So this round, rather than playing aggressive, I'm playing back. I'm playing for retake. I'm gonna check mid because we don't have presence mid, and the Jet gets the kill on me. You know, ultimately, I probably should have just had KJ throw down a turret to watch mid, or called that we should watch mid rather than swinging myself. Or I should have just won the aim duel with the Jet.
Could they be kitchen?
Moving into round 17 here. Jet is in kitchen. I'm gonna whiff an easy kill on the Jet, but the main thing is that I'm swinging into her when she should be swinging into me. I should be waiting for her, but I'm gonna get her back in this round. This is a really important round. Round 18. We're on sort of a half buy, and I'm expecting this aggression. So I'm playing top screens. We haven't played top screens, and I get lucky that someone goes pipes, but I get to play the close range that the Spectre wants to play in. Once I get my pick, I immediately drop off. You don't want to stay in that position once you've gotten 1 or 2 kills, especially if they're going to start looking at you. The Reyna through the blind. So I sort of knew that position was not really defendable.
Nice.
I rely on my team. I play around their rifles and let them get the kills, and that gets us the win. So we're moving into round 19 here. You're gonna see that a lot of my team is going to get picked off very quickly. We're not really sure what
the kitchen guy or?
the play is right here. We're a little bit disorganized. I'm not sure if someone's in kitchen or not, so I'm hard clearing it, wasting time, not able to really support my team on site. And ultimately, what's going to happen is rather than hold the cross here, I'm just going to hold my blind out, and that's going to get my teammate killed. Reyna's going to push this smoke, kill RKJ. I'm going to get tagged by Sova, so I'm not able to help out with the raise. She's playing full retake right now, trying to take a 2v1, and I can't really assist because I'm dodging Sova ult. So, try my best here with the utility that I have left over. I see that the Reyna's here, and I hear that they are rotating over to A site rather than planning on B site. So I'm gonna try my best to catch them off guard with a weird route through the map. Rather than going snowman to screens, I'm gonna push kitchen tube and see if I can't catch this Reyna off guard. Now, luckily she had already cleared that side. She didn't clear the deep side. But I'm just not sure where anyone is, so I don't have a ton of information to play off of. I see the shoulder of Omen as I go into screens, and I try to swing him because that's sort of my only play, and I end up missing. So we're moving into round 20 here. Again, this other team is playing pretty well. They know we have a tendency to rotate early.
Yeah.
So Jet baits a rotate over, and in doing that, facilitates his team getting a pick on our KJ. We no longer have our Sentinel, and so we are forced to play retake here. So I'm moving through, I'm clearing the site. This is a really good way to retake through orange. But I don't have a ton of information to play off of. I see the Jet here, I catch her, I get the wall bang, we get the kill on the Reyna, so it's suddenly a 2v2. I get full flash by the KO, in which time he kills our Sova, and now I'm stuck in a 2v1. I get the kill on the Sova, and I sort of take the 50-50 here on the KO. Rather than holding left, I probably should have just backed up and held the right side, but time was sort of short, so we did what we could. And this is the most important round of the game. This is our eco. We are playing either for overtime or for the win.
I don't have
But
smoke.
since we decide to save, it's more than likely going to be an overtime game. What we do really well here is play support. Our Raze is pushed up in an advanced position over at the ultimate orb with a shorty, and we're gonna use our util to let her hide in a smoke. Now, she's not gonna get any direct value off of that besides information.
One bottom
But
maze,
we are
one
baiting,
to belt.
and people are looking at us in weird angles and not looking at the Raze. So our goal is to stay mobile and gather information for the rest of our team while they're getting in good positions to play off of the economically worse guns than our opposition. And what you'll see here is we got a lot of map control because they forced A so hard, and we slowed them down by distracting them and getting picks with our, our eco guns. And this really changed the entire momentum of the game. So we're moving into round 22. They are now saving, and things go pretty well for us. However, they start to go downhill a little bit once we get greedy for those eco frags. And this is a good point to
Still
note.
one mid, like deep.
You do not have to push on
Still another one
defense.
deep,
You can, and sometimes it's a really good strategy. But on ecos, it can really screw you and your team over.
Yeah.
So we get the call to not push because we have 2 in spawn, and we don't want to give them any more guns. They have a Vandal, and I'm gonna smoke mid, which is not a great play. I should not be smoking mid. They can cross into kitchen suddenly, and we don't have vision of that. And then I peek this with my knife out. I'm really not sure what's going through my head here, but we win the round, luckily. And yeah, moving into round 23. Again,
Omen teleported.
this is a sort of question around the balance of my playstyle. And it manifests itself a little bit differently on defense than it does on attack. But here on defense, I'm really worried and paranoid about this kitchen guy. I've died from this jet duel one time, and I'm also wary that they might rotate. So I'm anchoring pretty hard on mid and not clearing kitchen because we killed the jet. And I'm gonna die here from kitchen. So another example of sort of being under aggressive, right? Not really knowing what I should be doing in the moment and sort of having that decision making reflect poorly in my performance. That being said, luckily my team clutches up and we move on to the next round for match point. And this is another really good round for me. Again, Icebox is a great map for Omen because you can sort of scope out how to play the high grounds. I'm playing the screens position. Again, I get the trade on the raise. It's really big. What else is really big is that the jet's going up by herself. Her Reyna is not with her. And so I'm watching for the lurk mid because I know they like to lurk, and I get the pick on the Reyna. And now we're sort of playing back. We're waiting for our KJ to help us retake with his ultimate. And so we're just going to play a little bit passive here. Make sure that we're holding the ground because we're going to want to go into screens. Now, realistically, maybe I could be further into screens to hold the position a little bit better rather than holding the push. But they don't want to push into screens and feed. So we get the KJ ult down. We're waiting for this Omen to TP because he's been playing these TPs all game. And then KO is going to push through the smoke, but his timing is a little bit off. And we really played for the round win here rather than for our KD, right? We could have left. We could have pushed with the KJ, right? And possibly lost the detainment of the Sova and the KO. But ultimately, that, along with a really, really great economic round, saved this game for us and allowed us to win.
Nice, man.
So overall, my sort of conclusions: gotta be better about playstyle. We can support our duelists, but we have to be smart about it. We can't lose spike. We can't overcommit ourselves and end up dying from multiple angles. And we really got to respect our eco rounds. We can't just decide that the round is over just because we're on deagles. So thanks again for joining. If you enjoyed this content, I go live on twitch.tv on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I'd love to have you in there. Thanks.
This guy's got a pretty nice helmet.